Okay, Kashyap, please. Dr. Kashyap Patel, Maharshi's father.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank you all for having taken this precious time out of your evening to witness this presentation of Maharshi's book release ceremony. I want to share my view of this book process from bird's eye view because I was watching everything in Maharshi's life. Of course, I was part of it, but I also wanted distance to see if I could help him in non-judgmental, objective way. So this began when we came back from a very lavish vacation in Switzerland. We flew back in May of 2009, and we could see something was bothering Maharshi. Talking more and more about it, we got to know that his grades had slipped and he was having troubles at his college. And exploring it further, we realized that it all began probably about a few months earlier when his grandmother passed away of cancer. That was followed within a short time by his friend dying of a massive heart attack playing basketball with him. And you can imagine the trauma on a student who has no support there at university living in a dorm. And within 2 weeks, I had a coronary event and I barely survived what they call Widowmaker's artery stents. And then, as if it wasn't enough, I bought a brand new Lexus and in 2 weeks I wrecked it. I came out alive, but the car was totaled. So this all took a toll on his personal life and his ability of relating to the rest of the world, and he started going down. So in May 2009, when we got to know, we met with his deans and they suggested that he should take time off and do something to heal himself. And well, we were all troubled because we saw agony on his face and we thought, who else can we approach this? And a small face came out slowly with so many scars on the face. And the guy who had shed so many tears that he didn't have tears when his son died. He was my dad. And one of the things I saw that even though he lacked tears when anybody died because he ran out of tears, he always had compassion moving out of his eyes. And in spite of having grown up in abject poverty, he rose to the highest standards in life. His needs never became wants. My dad still sleeps on the same cot that he built himself 45 years back that I've seen it. He hand-woven the thread that supports it. The house is air conditioned, but he lives out. He says that he doesn't want to use any resources because, like the first aphorism of Ishavasya Upanishad says, Ishavasyam idam sarvam yad kincha jagatyam jagat thena tikthena bunjitva maguda kasya svidnanam. This universe is created for you. Use what you need and leave rest of that by renunciation. And this is a principle that Gandhi had presented in his theory of trusteeship, that we are the trustees of life. So when Maharshi went through this trouble, I thought that the best lesson he would learn is to go back to his grandfather and learn from him. So we found a non-profit organization that helped him. And in this process, I also wanted to see if we could get this disaster into an opportunity. So the first person who was resourceful was Julie Nathwani. And I talked to her. I said, my son is going through a crisis, but I want to see if we can get this crisis into a lesson. And she said, well, I know Hurricane, so where is Hurricane? He's somewhere here. So then we approached him, and since he's been in this world, he recommended what we should be doing. And we submitted to a few places, and we weren't quite sure if what he wrote was worthy of being published. And then came Mrs. Day. And when she saw that, and when I saw her response back, that boosted our morals to say, well, let's continue doing this process of writing. And then came along the way the process of publication. And in that process, we were looking at how to launch the book in different parts of the country. And of course, then Ral comes in alive, and then she takes over the entire show. And I have absolutely no words to express my sense of gratitude for the kind gesture that Padamsee family has done. So the journey that began from kind of brinks of disaster to where it's now I'm quite sure we'll be having many more releases here because we both have formed a pair, and my plan is to turn out at least 3 to 4 books a year.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kashyap.